Hello, I hope this video finds you well wherever you are. This is a third in a set of 4 videos where we're going to be looking at the solution to read an input from the text area here and then search for a list for some data and then update the web browser. What we've done here is in the last video we were using the JS file livebuild1 virtual help 2. I'm going to change that to livebuild 2. And I've taken this JavaScript file and I've copied all of the stuff from livebuild virtual help 2 JS into here. This is actually going to be a much shorter video because we're just going to clean up the logic a little bit. And again, you can find all of this on my GitHub site inside the virtual extra help 2 section. Okay. Now, I'm working with students that are really just learning the basics of programming. The goal here is to understand a loop, conditional structure, some nested structures. We're not really too fussed about efficiency, but some of you might have noticed if you were watching the last video that there is a bit of an inefficiency here. And the first inefficiency here is the fact that I have 2 variables, because really we set this location to -1, and we have this variable found. So if we find the country, we set found to true, we set the location to the index, and then we use that for our update. But we can actually just have one variable here of location, because if we just simply set location to I, instead of checking found here, what we can do is we can just say if location is not equal to -1. Because this -1 assumes the value is not in the list. And that's it. This is now a little bit cleaner code because we reduced the number of variables. And let's just check to make sure everything works properly. So if I come here and just refresh this and I put in Canada, works fine. I put in Kenya, works okay. And if I put in Japan, no problem. Now, there is one other thing that we can do here that's going to make this a lot more efficient. And again, it's not really too much of a big deal because computers do things really fast. And if I just have lists of countries, I'm going to have 195 possible elements. So if I'm looking for Canada and I see that that's the first index, it doesn't matter if I look at every other element because there's only 195 of them and it happens like that. But imagine instead of 195 elements, add 195 million elements. And what I'm looking for happened to be in the very first index. Do I want to look at the rest? Definitely not, because that's going to take a lot of time. So what I can do is I can introduce a nice little command here, and it's called break. What break does is it exits the loop. So essentially what this does is when I run through this loop structure to find the country, the minute I find it, I can exit the loop. So I just run this break. And so it stops here and essentially break jumps to here. And what that means is if I type in Canada, which is the very first country, it's going to find it, say, oh yeah, I know that location, break out of here and jump down to here and not look at anything else. Again, in this situation, is that important? No, but this is a nice way to kind of speed up your processing. If you're interested in writing contests eventually, which I'm a big fan of, getting into loops is really important because as you get into more complicated test cases, that's where you kind of go over the runtime. So let's just go back here and let me just show you. I put in Canada and I hit click me, works fine. Put in Japan. It works exactly the same. So I hope this video helped. In our final video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up a little bit more to get rid of this if statement. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, whether you're in my class or not. I love getting some feedback and thinking about what I post here. Have a great day.